Right. Introducing the after 20 years, 10 years too late, inaugural grand reunion of the University of East Anglia. What surviving memories, what dreaded admissions, what sepulchral gyrations of regret, what theatrical recall, what spectral vision, what sinful inward sighs, what sorry frightened futures, what pitied fallen pasts will wait in ambush for us there. That's what I want to know anyway.
I like that. That's good. That's powerful stuff.
Concerning class of 68 and why too late. Of this new university we were the new curiosity, the founding sons and daughters, pioneering brothers and sisters, the first of the troubled flowers of the 60s, who were in the first flower of our troubled youth. Indeed, a long wait since the pang of goodbye in 68. So, how one imagined all the inchoate, ill-expressed feelings of awkward awakened youth, of callow love and hate, here, at last finding novel culmination in an opportunity for belatedly mature expression. A judgment day, and we the judges, and we the judged, in an ordeal by time, ripely won the truth, anxious to confront our former youth. But the expectations of those who arrived were utterly belied. We are nothing but a tiny, insignificant remnant of my student era, swamped by the excited hubbub of those returning hordes of later years. Well, I didn't. There were many years to return. Whose strained and startled talk and posing painful chatter set the happy tenor. In this alien sea of those who still proudly guard their youth, our little group is like a huddled island of the haunted and the horrified, seeking mutual comfort against the pounding of the tide. No, not judges come to sentence the quick, but mediums for raising the dead. Mercy dispensing, judgment reserved. Over 95% of those present are absent, friends, ghosts, in other words, of the common yearning of our tiny band, our nostalgic Hearts Club band. Not confrontations, conjurations. Deputed by fate to invoke, we came prepared to convoke, and this is how we joke. A jigsaw with less than 5% of the pieces, all the important ones missing there. We pathetic motley few must mourn, we came to celebrate. A mass of indistinctly remembered faces, no cameras carried in those days. The vaguely ringing names, the overwhelming nature of their stubborn absence, the totally incomprehensible fact of their nearly unanimous non-appearance. Behaving like survivors, why us? We are shocked by our incredibly low numbers, but also by our advancing years. Perhaps we, the elected, who elected to come, it is we who are the ghosts. To have registered here is to watch reality disappear. One memory prompts another memory, but we are incompetent trustees of the past. Through the alchemy of nostalgia, trying vainly, ludicrously, to turn figment back into substance, inevitably we begin to question in our hearts whether it really happened. In this at least we are at last truly reunited. The evidence is ourselves, but we seem too few and unreliable to bear witness. If we did not exist then, is it possible that we still exist now? Even the least philosophical of our random handful are driven to this unaccustomedly stark conclusion. The unreality is overpowering. No drugs are needed now for this mind-blowing experience. The ritual itself, an anthropological show dominated by youthfully recent graduates outnumbering us vastly, as virtually empty of our friends as it is of our content, marking our coming of middle age in Norfolk, is enough to provide it. The burden of the multitudinous absence that suddenly haunts us is almost awesome, traumatic. What is the reason for our unlikely choice as the inadequate representatives of our student era? What brings us on this unpopular quest? A surfeit of sentimentality? Daunted, we retreat from mature exchange and informative discussion, and even from mutual curiosity itself, into a trauma of nervous, appalled hilarity. What are we elect doing here? Is it not significant and queer? A forlorn group, we seem an odd assortment. One thing we have in common, our middle-aged comportment. Surely we are living a hoax, corroborating an illusion. We reminiscers, although unequal to our task of recapturing the past, still insist on the truth of our former youth. But all that remains us is our unspoken need for the warmth of a long-forgotten familiarity. Nothing, not even the incongruity of the occasion, dare deny us this. We paltry few must do. But this weekend at least we need one another. It is all we need. We are to love one another, briefly, in memory of all the others, in memory of these haunts, in memory of love. To me, this is what it meant, and I the poet to record the event. And aside, amongst the few, a madman and a drunk came too, although I suspect there is in me a combination of this trinity. Can the myriad, once immeasurably youthful things, the busy, forging, intervening years have shrunk to this, forced now to take sole comfort in our exclusivity? So, at the reunion dance, in a little bunch, we sit and watch at the end, united, reunited, in disbelief, the other throngs, the ones of prancing flesh and blood, and regret that we could so soon forget, now trying to remember before too late, here to lament our common fate. That's it.